Yes. So, hey, everybody. My good friend, our good friend, Geoffrey Brown, everyone.
I'll take these out to the thing. Good evening. Where's that table? It's right behind you. I'm 40. Oh, hey, look at that. Salsa. Salsa Sterling keeping the stage management going this evening. Give it up for the technical crew. Hi. Oh, I'm gonna take this off now. Hi, I'm Geoffrey Brown. I'm a local, I don't know what you call me. I have like 3 part-time jobs. That's good. Oh, no. Oh, look at that. Well, there you go. I needed the angle, though. Salsa, in both microphone craft and sex, angles are very important. I'm sorry for your wife. Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks. Now I'm sorry for my wife. The left one's not going to be working tonight. This is good. This is fine. I'll make it. Oh, look. Oh, wow. It's not often you have a man on his knees in the front of the stage waiting for you to get there and perform. All right. You've probably heard this song before if you've ever seen me live in different iterations, but it's a universal song. Pets are temporary companions because they always die. They're by your side for just a little while, then their souls to heaven must fly. Cats are fun to have around. They remind us we don't control anything. But after 20 years or so, it's time for them to go and stop playing with little balls of string. Cats are temporary companions. Their lives just aren't that long. Don't get too attached, for the couches they've scratched will be with you long after they're gone. Dogs love you unconditionally. They love you no matter who you are. Hold on a second. Eventually you get to take them to the vet. There it is. Unless they get hit by a car. Dogs are temporary companions. They trust you with their lives. They love to play fetch, but sometimes they catch diseases which cause them to die. Kids get rats, gerbils, and hamsters. To care for them isn't that hard. But just like this song, their lives aren't very long, then you bury them in the backyard. Rodents are temporary companions. By 2, they've entered old age. Dead they may be, but conveniently, you can always reuse the cage. Once I had a betta fish. Short verse. Fish are temporary companions. An aquarium is their whole world. They're gone in a rush because they're usually flushed. We watch them go down in a swirl. Macaws can live for 75 years or more. They'll outlive you, it's a cosmic switch. For when you are dead, they'll peck the eyes out of your head. The circle of life, what a bitch. Humans are temporary companions because they always die. They're by your side for just a little while, then their souls to heaven must fly. If you believe in that sort of thing. I always like to start a set with the saddest thing you can think of. Anybody here have a pet? Anybody? Dying pet? Anybody? Anybody have a dead pet? Everybody? There you go. So give your yourselves a hand for having dead pets. But it's universal. We've all been through that, right? It's something we can all, get our heads around. Speaking of dying and death, I used to work for a hospice. Yeah. No. It wasn't. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't in the good part of the hospice where you take care of people and make them feel good. I was in marketing. Do you know how weird it is to be a marketer for a hospice company? Like, the best day of my life when you work on commission is the worst day of your life. So you get it. Yeah, I've had a lot of weird jobs. I was giving Salsa a round of applause before he smacked me in the dick. Because I used to be a technical director for theater, and I used to run a children's theater, so yes, they let me around children. Now I just make my own. I do. I have 3 children, and I've been married. I'm married now, and I was married before, both times to women. Which, I get it. I know how I come across. My favorite thing is when I meet new people, and I'm talking to them. Oh, yeah, I'm Geoffrey. And then I invariably say, well, my wife, and that's when it happens, when I meet new people. They get this look on their face like, do you think she knows? She knows. Definitely knows. I brought notes because I'm 47. Hets did that. Okay. I also have ADHD, so this show's going to be all over the place. Let's hear it for the neurodivergents in the crowd. Oh, you're looking at your phones. I know you are. You need the dopamine. We all need the dopamine. Chase the dopamine. I found out I had ADHD last year. I was 46. Well, okay. We always suspected. It's much like that other thing. We always suspected I had ADHD. And then I went and took an assessment, and a doctor went over the assessment. They ask you like 150 fucking questions, and you fill them all out. This is one of the funny things to me was like, how did you handle homework in school? I was like, I didn't. Once I left the school, it didn't exist anymore. So if you're neurodivergent, you'll understand. It's called out of sight, out of mind. You've heard that phrase, right? It's a real thing. What's really fun about being an ADHD person is you literally hide things from yourself constantly. Yeah. All the time. This morning, I was looking for a sweater. I'm like, whoa, I know I had the sweater on when I got home because I was warm, and then you stand in, and here's the other thing about it. You look in the same place over and over and over and over again, thinking that somehow magically it's just going to appear. But what's really weird is it does. Yeah. Like, and it's, I don't know how that happens. It does. What are some of my other notes about, here's the thing about being ADHD. When I gave that assessment to my primary care physician, who's a great guy, he's really good, he laughed at me. He's like he's like sifting through that assessment and everything, and he goes, well, yeah. Oh. I'm like, you're not supposed to laugh while you're diagnosing me. And he's like, this is what he actually says to me. He goes, yeah, you could probably benefit from some amphetamines every day. Really? Okay. I mean, I knew that I could benefit from amphetamines because when I was, my 21st birthday, my boyfriend and I were going out because it was the first time I could legally drink at a bar. And so we went out, but his friend from the bookstore that he worked at, Larry, who was an awful human being, he brought an 8-ball with him, to my 21st birthday. And that's what we did for my 21st birthday. And it was awesome. And I had a really good 21st birthday. I did cocaine off the back of a toilet at Burkhart's in Atlanta, which is where I'm from. And that was so much fun. You know what's great about cocaine is you can drink as much as you want, and all the like happy, fun parts of drinking still happen, but the tired, sad parts of drinking doesn't happen because it goes together. And so I was gonna say after I woke up the day after, but I didn't go to sleep. After I got home, the day after my 21st birthday, I was like, that was great. I really enjoyed myself, and I better never do that again. Because I like having furniture, and I like having sound equipment. And I don't want to sell all my stuff just to get some more Coke. So I have to go talk to my doctor all the time about my ADHD because they, the way, this will be easier if this will be easier if I just explain it in song. Notes, 47. You know the other thing about being 47? You know something I never thought would ever happen? It's hot mic. I never thought I'd ever sit on my balls. But it happens. I've had a scrotum for 47 whole years. Actually more than, because I'm turning 48 this year. Right? That's not a good time to realize that. Geoffrey, go be on stage and realize you're getting close to 50. But yeah, so I sat on my balls the other day, and I never thought that would ever happen. I didn't know it could happen, but it can happen. So if you're in your, who's anybody in their 20s out there? 30s? Yeah, oh, you're in your 20s? Oh yeah, it'll come for you too. So enjoy your nice tight sack while you have it. Oh, speaking of doctors too, I had a colonoscopy a couple of years ago. And I don't know, there's certain things you should know before you get a vasectomy or a colonoscopy. Just let me explain these to you. You need to know how you react to tranquilizers. Because apparently I said something while under the influence of some serious knockout drugs during my colonoscopy that embarrassed the nurse and the doctor. I don't know what I said. I was completely knocked out, but when I came to, they were like pumping oxygen, and they were trying to wake me up, and they were like, they kind of were, hey, and you're not used to getting poked by a nurse, like just kind of, wake up, the nurse will come take you to recovery in just a minute, and they couldn't wait to get out of the room. So what I have to imagine happened is this nurse, who was very nice, and prepped me for the colonoscopy, and the doctor, who I did choose the doctor because of how his picture looked. And I was like, if I want somebody doing the procedure, I'd like it to be somebody I could at least envision going out on a date with. That's how I picked my proctologist. It's a silver fox. He had a little Anderson Cooper vibe going. I mean, right? Wouldn't you? Yeah. So I don't know. I might have said something like that while under the fentanyl that they gave me. And then they couldn't get out of the room fast enough. The other thing is when I got my vasectomy a couple of years ago, because I had 3 kids, and after the 3rd kid, I was like, nope, no more. I get real talkative on Valium. I'm not on Valium tonight. I did have a weed seltzer a little while ago. But apparently a urologist needs to concentrate when they're digging around in your scrotum to snip your vas deferens and put a titanium clamp on it. And I'm already a talkative person. I don't know if you noticed. And Valium just enhances that effect. So I'm like I'm on this little padded thing with my feet up in some stirrups. So that's a dignified position to start with. And he's rooting around up in my scrotum, and I'm just talking to him, and I'm like, oh, what a weird job you have. I mean, do you do this all day? Am I the only person you're doing this with today? Are you gonna have another guy's scrotum in your hand in a little while? And I was like, hey, do you smell something burning? And that's when, like, he's kind of looking down, and then he kind of just does one of these, like, are you serious? And I was like, oh, it's me, I'm burning, oh! I see. You're cauterizing my vats? I'm gonna shut up now. Because you don't want him to slip. Right? What was it? Oh, I'm gonna tell you about ADHD. I wrote this song. I wrote this song. I don't really know much more about it than you do. Okie dokie. Notes. It's chicken scratch. And I get on to the 8-year-old for her penmanship. All right. promise I've played it before. I take amphetamines every day. I'm a legally sanctioned tweaker, 'cause my doc says it's okay. I take prescription uppers so my brain will do what I say. Yes, I take amphetamines every day. I was 46 years old when they figured out the cause. My lack of serotonin, my synapses are at a loss. Oh, here we go.
Do you want a music stand?
Yes.
How about getting you a music stand?
I guess I could have asked for that before.
Probably could have asked for that before.
Oh, there you go. Well, that makes it much easier. Thank you, Salsa. Don't hit me in the dick.
Everybody gets one.
I got 2 already.
No, everybody gets one not getting hit in the dick.
Oh, everybody gets...
This is your one.
I don't want to know about the math on Salsa hitting people in the dick. All right, I'm going to start that one over. Here we go. I take amphetamines every day. I'm a legally sanctioned tweaker, 'cause my doc says it's okay. Oh, I take prescription uppers so my brain will do what I say. Yes, I take amphetamines every day. When I was young, they called me gifted. Everything I read would stick. It's like I had perfected a genius Jedi mind trick. I retained information. I tested off the charts, but I was booted from tag programs because time management is an art. Yeah, right? I get my uppers from a pharmacy. I have to beg my doctor for them quarter annually. They only give 30 days supply because they're Schedule C. I get my uppers from a pharmacy. Let me just talk about that for a minute, though. Why are they Schedule C? If they're things that make people's brain actually work. I mean, you don't stop somebody from, you don't like make yogurt illegal because people need it for their gut bacteria. That would be a ridiculous law, right? I mean, I don't know. I've always thought that the failed war on drugs was stupid anyway. It's like you can't smoke that plant that you grew in your backyard. It's like saying you can't eat those tomatoes that you grew in your garden. Right? I'm dropping truth bombs, y'all. I'm getting political. What was I talking about?
ADHD. Your notes are on the music stand.
Thank you. I was 46 years old when they figured out the cause. Bad neurotransmitters have my synapses at a loss. Dysregulation, hyperfocus, and anxiety. Forgetfulness, depression, extreme impatient, yeah, that's me. Careless, restless, edgy, a lack of attention to detail. You might forget to ask for a music stand. Constantly misplacing things, it happens without fail. I find it difficult to keep quiet, and I talk out of turn. Just ask any teacher I ever had. And mood swings, irritability, a quick temper that often burns, poor organizational skills, an ability to deal with stress. I start new tasks before finishing old ones, and my bedroom is a mess. Acting with no regard for my safety, it can get intense, and suddenly my whole life starting to make sense. If I don't take these uppers every day, my lack of serotonin gets in everybody's way. I've lost friends and jobs and family, and it pains me to say I need amphetamines, a smidge of norepinephrine. Just give me that good old dopamine, a pill, a shot, a tablet, any one of them's okay. I need amphetamines every day. Yeah, that's a new song. Can you tell? New. That was a new song. Jesus Christ. Let's talk about him. I don't like to talk about Jesus Christ. I talked about him way too much when I was younger. Thank you, Salsa. Can I get a cleanup on the stage? Please, somebody wrecked it completely. What? Oh, he put him back on the table. What does your beard feel like? I'm just wondering. No, I want to feel your beard.
You have to use your hand. Oh, on your face?
Yeah. Oh, I miss it. I miss it. Oh, hi. I know. Yeah, I know. Actually, when my wife and I got married, I stopped her one day, it was before we got married because we were living together in sin before that. And I was like, hey, just so you know, you don't ever have to shave your legs again. She's like, well, I don't need your permission anyway. I was like, oh, that's a good point. Have you ever been so liberal that your brain just short-circuited? I was driving past a bus stop a couple of weeks ago after I was at my sister's for band practice, and I was driving past this bus stop, and I saw these two people kind of locked in an embrace. I didn't know if it was an embrace, though. It could have been something nefarious. And so that's what started to happen, and I have ADHD, so my brain spins nightmare scenarios all the time. So I was like, maybe I should go check and make sure both of those people are okay. I was like, well, wait, why do you think that maybe something bad's happening? Is it because you're in an under-resourced part of town and they're standing at a bus stop? And it's like, well, no, they could, you don't know if you don't even know who those people are or what they might have been doing to or for one another at that bus stop at 11 o'clock or later at night. But I was like trying to figure it out. I was like, well, maybe I should just go and make sure. And I was like, well, no, don't go make sure, because then you're assuming things. Those people should have the agency to say what they want to say or hug who they want to hug or put their faces on other people's faces if they want to. That's a thing people do. But I kind of locked up because I was just getting more and more and more liberal as it went on. So it's like, I don't know their identities. Well, it's none of your business what their identities are. Whatever they identify with is their business. It's not your business. And you shouldn't even ask them. Oh, my God. It's too much. It's too much. I have 3 kids. I have an 8-year-old. She's the dancer. No, she's the satirist. The 6-year-old is the dancer. Oh, my God. The 6-year-old's the dancer. The 8-year-old's the satirist. And my 15-year-old is amazing. She's dyslexic and autistic, which means that she can see in 3D. That's what dyslexia is. That's why they get their numbers and letters inverted. They see it in 3D. So it's not that they're getting it backwards. They're seeing it from the backside. That's what. And it makes her this incredible visual artist. She can just visualize something and then it's an hour later she'll make it out of clay or wood or cardboard or something. It's crazy. The 6-year-old, the dancer, I think she's trying to intimidate me out of the house. And it's not. She's very sweet, and she's very kind. She always wants everybody to feel good. But she does this thing. She leaves these man-sized shits in our toilet. I've never. And I can eat. I used to be a pothead. I can eat. She'll be in a leotard and a tutu and come out of the bathroom and it's like, whoa, it's like Wrath of Khan in there. But it's not just that she leaves the man-sized shit. It's she leaves the toilet seat up. So if you happen to be the poor condemned soul to go in there after her, you're going to be confronted with that. With, I don't know. It's like, you remember Temple of Doom? You remember when they're going down the mine shaft and there's glowing and the guy's going to reach and that's how scary it is in that bathroom sometimes. I know. It's crazy. It's not crazy. It's just raising kids. Kids, they'll surprise you because you don't. The most frustrating thing in life is trying to parent the you out of a person. Right? I remember Zeta was little and she didn't want to go to sleep. We're now having this with the 8-year-old. Zeta didn't want to go to sleep. She's 15. Now she's 15 now. She was younger at the time, Of course, weren't we all yesterday? I mean, we were all younger yesterday. It's only going one way, y'all. By the way, I say y'all legitimately. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, originally. So why do I live here? My current wife, she hates it when I call her that. She convinced me to stay. She did, too. I was like, I fucked off back to Atlanta. I had a gig at the Alliance, and she came down to Atlanta, and she was like, hey, I met your kid, and she's sweet, and I want you to come back to Minnesota and freeze your dick off. No, it's still there, because we had the kids after that. So you know I've had sex at least 3 times in my life. Because I have 3 kids.
You're a gardener.
I can't afford a gardener, Salsa.
She could.
She could, yes. You know, you go to help people raise money for their comedy company, and they shit all over you.
Hey, Geoffrey,
What's up?
check that clock on your feet.
Has it already been 30 minutes?
Yep.
All right, well, I'm
How
just
about
gonna
you end strong with the song?
I'm gonna end strong with a song.
Hooray!
This is a song about my kids.
Woo!
Thought it was counting up, not down. I have ADHD. I don't know if I've told you that. Don't look in Daddy's sock drawer. It might scar you for life. Someday you might want to get married and have or be a wife. You might get weird ideas about relationships and sex. And instead of winding up healthily partnered, you might wind up someone's ex. Please don't ask where that one goes or who gets penetrated. The answers you seek in my sock drawer are definitely X-rated. There is nothing shameful about those things there by my socks. It's just that Dad's bisexual and he really fancies cocks. My internet browsing history full of firemen working out speaks to my predilections, which Mama knows about. You're quite young and curious, I don't mean to demean or scoff, but when you find your parents' bedroom door locked, kindly go downstairs and fuck off. Strap-ons, clamps, and dildos, they're not things you should see. And we certainly won't be discussing what I ask Mama to do to me. The things you see in that sock drawer, the toys, the tubes, and feathers, well, they make your parents happy, so we might just stay together. Thank you, I'm Geoffrey Brown. This has been One Man's Trash. Please give till it hurts for Fearless. Like when it really hurts. Like I might not be able to pay rent next month. It's important.
Humans of the audience and the internet, Geoffrey Brown! Lovely work, Geoffrey. Thank you for being a part of our festival and helping us out.
I love Fearless.
Yeah, we love you.
Aw.
Yeah.